when I when I look back through my life, coming up then, mate. Very rarely do I look back on the things that I have done and feel a sense of regret. See you later then, mate. I always feel regret about the things that I know I should have done, but I didn't. Maybe I put them off too long. Maybe I thought that I wasn't ready. Those are the only things I regret. I don't even regret the bad decisions that I did make, because often they're the best learning experiences, the best lessons. But it's always those ones that you know you should have taken that chance, but something stopped you from doing so. They're the ones that keep you awake at night. They're the ones that have you looking back saying, oh, if only, I wonder where I'd be now. And it might seem like an odd topic to bring up when we're talking about sort of freelancing and copywriting, but it's something that isn't just in our personal lives. This bleeds over, and there's a huge overlap with how many freelancers, myself included, run their business. The amount of times that I've thought I would love to email that person, or I would love to take a run at this opportunity that's come up, and I start to get myself prepared for it, and then I'm 90% complete, 80% complete in writing an email, finishing a guest post, or whatever, and I look at it and I go, this could be better. So I go back and I try and improve it. The problem is that you find yourself in this endless pursuit for perfection, which obviously doesn't exist. And you never end up pulling the trigger. You never end up taking that action. And so your chance of success is a guaranteed 0%, because you've done nothing. Sure, you've done a lot of work, but you haven't actually done the one thing that's going to make this element have an impact on your business. You've not sent that email. You've not published that blog post. You've not reached out to that editor. You've not done that. So you can do all the work in the world up to that point. You can keep reworking your subject lines. You can keep rewriting and editing that opening statement. You can keep changing things so that it is eventually perfect. But unless you send it, it's worthless. You could have the most compelling sales letter and product in the world, but if you don't tell anyone, then you'll never make any money. Generally, freelance writers are quite introverted. We do like to sit behind our computers. We do like to meddle with this, meddle with that, see how we can't tweak this to make it sound a little better, see how we can implement that new thing that we learned just today to make that email that we've been trying to send for 2 weeks just that little bit more compelling. Problem is that these things never get done. We always think that there's one way to get it that little bit better, that one way to make it slightly more effective, but we never do it, and it's a crying shame, because it's a guarantee that you'll never grow your business. When I look at a lot of the business founders that I've worked with, very successful freelancers as well, a lot of these guys get whatever it is they're doing, whether it's an outreach email, whether it is an actual product that they're trying to launch, whether it's a blog post, whatever. They get it up to a point where it's serviceable, that it'll do the job. Maybe not perfectly, but it'll get shit done. And then they just push it. It's like, right, it's gone. And then they're on to the next thing. And it's like, wow. It's a massive eye-opening sort of experience, because these guys are just pushing things out over and over and over again, and they'll never regret pushing something live that isn't quite as perfect as it could be, because they get active real-world feedback on what they've pushed live, which will tell them how to make it perfect. That feedback you'll never get, so you'll spend 10 times longer trying to figure it out. So basically what I'm trying to say is, whatever it is that you're putting off because you think it can be just that little bit better, ask yourself, is this at a point where it can start generating some kind of results? If it's not finished and it's not there yet, then ignore this. But if it's finished and you're just, let's be honest, if you're just using this as an excuse to not take some action and not put yourself out there for the potential of a failure, pull the trigger, get it out there, get it done. Imperfect action will trump perfect in action every single time. If you're waiting around trying to optimize things over and over and over again until it's perfect, you'll never make progress. The way you make progress in business and in life is by taking chances, doing things that you might not be 100% prepared for. But those tiny little failures are all those little stepping stones to success. They're what are going to get you to the point that you want to be at, but you've got to take that chance. You've got to push it now. And trust me, in 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, a year, 2 years, whatever, you'll look back and you won't say, I really regret trying. You'll regret not trying if you don't, but you'll never regret trying something, even if it doesn't work, because you'll come out of it the other end far wiser, far more confident, and just a better freelancer. So yeah, whatever you've got that's at 80% complete and you've been putting off, push it today. See what happens. What's the worst that can happen? Someone says, I don't like this. You ask them why. You improve it. Get it done.